Hey everyone, for WrestleTrivia, I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis.
Ho, ho, ho!
And you're watching a special holiday episode of Wrestling Jeopardy, the ultimate interactive game show where you're the contestant.
Let's go!
So let's jingle all the way over to the board and check out the categories you'll be quizzed on in this episode. Starting with Holiday Bashes, followed by Reindeer Names, where I'll give you the wrestler and you'll have to figure out which of Santa's reindeer the wrestler would be. I know that sounds kind of confusing, but there's really only 8 choices for you. That being Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. And Rudolph is not an option.
Why can't you mention Rudolph, though? What's wrong with Rudolph? Mention Rudolph!
Our third category is Must Be Santa. And then you'll be quizzed on some merry melodies. And last but certainly not least, a little Festive Folly for you.
Hey, knock it off, you little dipsticks!
And that sound means it's time for the 200-point jobber round, the easiest round in Wrestling Jeopardy. Will you answer all 5 of these questions correctly, or will you look like a reindeer in headlights? All right, here comes the first clue of the jobber round from Holiday Bashes. Raw General Manager Kurt Angle placed Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel in a Secret Santa match where their surprise opponent was this monster among men. In 2017, Braun Strowman brought a healthy helping of Miz Misery when he systematically destroyed the Miztourage. And here comes the second clue of the jobber round. What would Fandango's reindeer name be? Well, since Fandango knows how to salsa and merengue and tango, his name would obviously be Dancer.
Merry Christmas to me.
Nice Christmas, dude. Best ever.
Moving on to the third clue of the jobber round. This wrestler donned the Santa suit at 2003's Tribute to the Troops and gave Mr. McMahon the gift that keeps on giving, a Stone Cold Stunner. No, baby, it wasn't cold outside. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stunner!
And we're on to the fourth clue of the jobber round. Can you name what the Christmas song shown here is called? The correct answer here is Jingle Bell Rock.
Who wants to sit on Duana's lap?
And let's close out the jobber round with some Festive Folly. In 2008, John Cena saved Christmas alongside this Canadian beauty by defeating Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella in a mixed tag match, preventing Glamorella from telling the truth about Santa Claus. Look, I have no idea what Beth and Santino were planning to say about Santa Claus.
You have a big mouth.
But I do know that the Raw crowd in Toronto that evening were sure happy to see Trish Stratus join forces with the face of the WWE.
John Cena.
All right, hopefully you survived the jingle jobber round this episode and didn't get run over by any reindeer or Alberto Del Rio. And speaking of the Mexican aristocrat, let's kick off the 400-point round with this clue from Holiday Bashes. Before losing consciousness, Santa himself made this special match between Alberto Del Rio and John Cena on the Christmas Eve episode of Raw in 2012. I must be hallucinating on sugar plums or something like that. How in the world does dear old Saint Nick get the power to book a match?
You guys ever see the movie Bad Santa?
In any case, in the end, Santa made a full recovery and helped John Cena win the Miracle on 34th Street fight. And we're on to the second clue of the 400-point round. What would Ricochet's reindeer name be? No doubt this wonder of athleticism and the inaugural WWE Speed Champion would be called Dasher. And that brings us to Must Be Santa for 400. Thankfully, this wrestler was sitting down when he read The Night Before Christmas to a group of children on the 1993 Christmas episode of WCW Saturday Night. And that would be Cody Rhodes' Uncle Fred Ottman, aka the Shockmaster.
Ho, 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 ho. I just love this book.
Down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound.
Like thump, like boom.
And here comes the fourth clue of the 400-point round. Can you name what the Christmas song shown here is called? The correct answer is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Wow! And let's close out the 400-point round with some more Festive Folly. Bret Hart was joined in celebration by Santa Claus after defeating this wrestler at the 1992 Survivor Series. Who is the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels? All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go. Let's jump back in to Holiday Bashes. The TNA Impact Christmas Special in 2007 featured a match where this wrestler lost and had to wear a reindeer suit. Now, 1 month after he had to wear a turkey suit, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, was forced to put on another costume, much to Kurt Angle's dismay.
Go back to your hotel room and say, I am not a reindeer 1,000 times.
Here comes the second clue of the 600-point round. What would Sable's reindeer name be? Well, in my personal opinion, because I make the questions, I give the answers, the correct answer is Vixen.
Okay, I'll be so pleased later.
And we're on to Must Be Santa for 600. All right, here's the Daily Double from the category of Must Be Santa. Think about all the wrestlers who have dressed up like Kris Kringle over the years and place your wager now. All right, time is up. Here is the Daily Double clue. Name the two wrestlers who were leading actors playing Santa Claus in a motion picture movie. Well, in 1996, you had Hulk Hogan starring in Santa with Muscles, the worst movie probably ever filmed.
No.
Yes!
No.
And then in 2005, Bill Goldberg portrayed the Man in Red in the cult classic Santa's Sleigh. We're on to the fourth clue of the 600-point round. Can you name what the Christmas song shown here is called? And that's Paul Orndorff simply channeling his inner Paul McCartney here in what would be a wonderful Christmas time. And there's no time like the present to close out the 600-point round with some more Festive Folly. This Christmas album reached number 20 on the UK Holidays Top 100 shortly after its release in 2007, before climbing into the top 50 albums on iTunes. This is a Yuletide standard in the Callis family household, and not a Christmas goes by without playing a jingle with Jillian.
Mostly it's just good music.
All right, hopefully you won't put me on the naughty list with these upcoming questions.
Come on, it's the Christmas season. It's holidays, man. I'm here to celebrate.
And we're on to the 800-point round with another clue from Holiday Bashes. Christmas Eve 2001 brought with it the first and only eggnog match in WWE history, pitting these two divas slipping and sliding around in a pool filled with holiday goodness. In a match that would have gotten Clark Griswold all hot and bothered.
What? What happened?
The correct answer is Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler.
Kinky, you like the eggnog? I love the eggnog!
And we're on to the second clue of the 800-point round. What would Max Moon's reindeer name be? The only superstar ever billed from outer space, Moon made his first WWE appearance under the name The Comet Kid, so obviously his reindeer name would be Comet. And that brings us to the 800-point clue from Must Be Santa. The artist formerly known as Goldust got walloped by Santa's sack of goodies thanks to this wrestler in 1997.
The moon on the breast of a new fallen snow.
Go! Oh, hello, Santa!
Who is Vader Claus?
I thought that it was a jolly fat man in a red suit, and it was! It was Vader!
And here comes the fourth clue of the 800-point round. Can you name what the Christmas song shown here is called? Ooh, Chavo. Ooh, Kerwin. The correct answer is that Bing Crosby classic,
White.
And let's finish up the 800-point round with this clue from Festive Folly. During The Rock's famous 12 Days of Christmas promo in 2001, instead of 5 golden rings, The Rock said there was 5 seconds of this. All right, let's see if I can remember this. I'm not going to cheat, I promise. It was 12 sharpshooters stinging, 11 eyebrows raising, 10 spines a busting, 9 noggins knocking, 8 kicks a kicking, 7 punches punching, 6 suplex smashing. All right, I cheated. Take it away, Dwayne.
5 seconds of the people chanting The Rock's name.
And let's coldly go where no snowman has gone before. It's the main event, the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy.
'Tis the season.
If you think you're a diehard wrestling fan, these 5 questions will put your knowledge to the test.
Well, I triple dog dare you!
And let's start off with the final clue from Holiday Bashes. With superstars in Santa hats surrounding the ring, Sheamus and The Big Show collided in this not-so-festive fracas on a holly jolly Christmas Eve edition of Raw in 2012. And it was called a Lumberjack Frost match.
Merry Christmas! I'm jolly.
Here comes the final clue from Reindeer Names. What would Jushin Liger's reindeer name be? Usually referred to as Jushin Thunder Liger, Donner comes from the Dutch word donder, which means thunder. And we're on to the final clue from Must Be Santa. This superstar is the only person to appear dressed as Santa Claus in more than one wrestling promotion. I think for all his efforts, it's safe to say he's made the list. Who is Chris Jericho?
Don't worry about Santa's list, because Santa Claus is a stupid idiot.
And here comes the final clue from Merry Melodies. Can you name what the Christmas song shown here is called?
All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. See my 2 front teeth.
And let's close out the board with the final clue. Here's some Festive Folly for you. In a Christmas Carol vignette on an episode of Tuesday Night Titans back in 1985, this wrestler portrayed Ebenezer Scrooge. Now, I think the most amusing thing about this vignette is that Ebenezer Piper basically learned absolutely nothing from the three ghosts and just continued on with his evil ways.
I don't care! Get out of here!
All right, don't go anywhere. It's Final Jeopardy time on this special holiday episode. Let's find out what the category is. Wrestling toys. We're not playing around here. Start thinking about Brawling Buddies, Funko Pops, and whatever the heck these things are, and place your wager now. All right, time is up. Here's the Final Jeopardy clue. This WWE superstar was the first person to have an action figure of himself as a kid and as an adult. Good luck. Now, if you got this right, you'll also have the happiest Christmas, because the correct answer is Dirty Dominic the Donkey Mysterio. I hope you and your families have a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. My name is Kevin J. Callis, and I'll see you next time.